Hey everyone, normally I don't do this kind of stream or video. Probably the time you watch this on VOD or YouTube. I might decided to not edit it, so it's actually more, personal and real, maybe. I don't know, but let's get into it. So for those that knows why I stopped streaming for a bit is because I actually went off to play New World. Um, I am I was impressed in the beta, so I pre-ordered the game, and immediately after beta, uh, you know, I just bought it, and I have been playing ever since. I'm playing it since day one, you know. So, um, I really like the game's environment. You can actually see from here the lightings, everything. Right now, you probably can't see much, but look at that lighting effect. And the lighting designs, it's actually very, very good. Um, and the combat though, the combat is so good. Um, freaking love the gameplay. Freaking love the game. Um, it might be a good idea to show you guys that I am actually I have played this game uh you know for more than, how do I check this? Ouch, it's what is progression? Maybe. Yeah, so basically I played for 303 352 hours, you know? So I've been playing ever since. Of course, I don't claim myself as a hardcore player, but I play it a lot, okay? I play it a lot. So, uh, the 300 plus hours is actually in-game hours. It does not include my queue times. It might go up because I'm not sure if you heard of the queue time thing in game, but yeah, it's kind of bad during launch time. Right now, it's better because the game developer just basically put on a band-aid on the population thing. It doesn't fix anything, it just broke the whole thing, but we will talk about that later. So, why I'm telling you this, the hours and such, because here's the thing, I have also experienced some endgame content, and yes, New World does have some endgame. The game, but I have already experienced the ones that the game allows me to anyway, but we will talk about that later. But that basically just to tell you guys, uh, I know what I'm talking about as a player's perspective. Of course, I'm no programmer. I am not a developer, so that actually matters, you know? So, the reason I'm doing this is try to break down some really bad things, uh, either fundamentally broken things, or just something I feel like it's not supposed to be uh, in a game, you know? It wasn't supposed to be in the game. Wait a second. Okay. But it doesn't matter. Sorry. So, just just to highlight this to you guys, right? So, first thing first, we need to talk about first thing first, we need to talk about the population control, right? So for those that are unfamiliar with New World, let me try to explain how the server works first. So originally, the servers have no population control at all, so any people can just create a character and try to enter the New World. Get it? Okay. So anyway, the servers only allow 2,000 people to be logged in at the same time. Surprise! Uh, it's bad Because so my question is this. Okay, so first of all, my question is this. This is a very highly anticipated game. It's like the first Amazon game, Amazon online game, at least. I know that Amazon games do other like mobile games, but you should you should have numbers when you do the stress test beta. You allowed everyone in, so how can you not know that 2,000 is a bad number? You know, to allow only 2,000 people is like bad. How is this still okay? And people have been trying to get into the game, and then the worst part is the queue sometimes. I've seen some other popular streamers, they went up to 10k queues. That in the server that only allows 2,000 people to enter. There's 10,000 queue, but your game only allows 2,000 people to be logged in. For a specific server, of course, but it's just kind of messed up. It's just messed up. So to solve this, the developers actually promises server transfer. There's a lot of zigzags about the server transfer. It actually earns a lot of players also, but we are not going to talk about that. We're just going to ignore that part. Because even with that coming, for the game designed to be PvP focused, having no newcomers kill the servers. You see, before the server transfer is implemented, many servers are locked. No new players can create new characters on the servers. So basically, you are killing the servers immediately. You can imagine that an online game that new players can come in. The dominant company will continue to co-lance, and nobody can do anything about it. You know? There's nothing you can do. Because first of all, we don't have enough people in the game to compete. And then they stop all players to come in. It's bad. And here's another thing, right? Besides the dominant company, you would actually see a lot of posts on this. The servers are super imbalanced. A lot of people are lean towards one faction and it's been dominant since. And here's another problem, right? Because in my server we have the same problem, right? One of the factions, they have the most population. So this brings me to another problem. Okay, another problem that I don't like about this game is the open PvP does not matter at all. Okay? It simply has to have all the numbers. That's all it takes. You can be the worst player ever. You don't even have to have anything. You don't have to do anything. You know, you just stream solo everyone. You just stream solo everyone because your faction or your company has way more players than the others. It doesn't matter. Okay? Why do I say that? Yes, you do. Okay, if you PvP, if you PK players on the other factions, yes, you do get random gears. Yes, you do get a small amount of tokens, and you can use it to exchange stuff to get some stuff from your faction representative. So that's how it's designed, right? And you can probably also say that you know, impede your enemy's factions progress by wasting their time and resources, because you know they have to respawn and then they have to repair the gears and whatever. Yes, but the only real reason that you do open world PvP is to send a territory to conflict, so that you can try to take the place. So you can see that the yellow faction actually is trying to declare war on us. This is my company's territory anyway. So this is the only reason why you do this. It literally have no reason to, you know, uh, do it do it otherwise, because okay, the way that it's designed is that it's meaningless for the defending company to do anything. It's meaningless for the defending company to try to defend the place. Why? Okay, let me show you. In this game, fort is a very important. It's a very important building that it actually gives you some bonus, including when you're trying to get influence in this place, you will want to capture this. Okay, you want to capture this, and you need this to declare war too. So it's a very important building that you need to hold. So what happened is, I have tried to defend the fort. Okay, so what happened is, for the opposing company, it's very simple. Okay, you just put down campfires. You know, you just put down these campfires. Basically serve as your respawn spot. You just put it outside the fort, and when you died, you just respawn and rush in. That's all it takes. You just need the numbers. You don't need to do anything. You just put down your campfire, and then you just rush in. As long as you have more people than the others, then you win. It's fun, right? Because skill no needed. You don't need skills. You just spawn outside enemy's camp and just rush in. You win. So you say that, okay, so to counter this, you just bring more numbers, right? But like I said, the other faction has more numbers. Okay, they outnumbered us. At least, I would say at least 10 to 4, 10 to 2 even. Okay, so they outnumbered us. No matter what, the server is just like that. Imagine that this server can't create more characters. You know? So it's not the game's fault. I do agree, it's not the game's fault. It's just that the way it is designed is very stupid. You know, because it allows people to mass respawn to take important point. It's like saying, okay, in this grocery, right? It's okay for people, like an example, okay? It's okay for people to buy everything in this grocery that usually it's only limits to 2 units per customer, and it's your fault for not having a large amount of family members. It's like, okay, I have a small family of 2, and you have a big family of 20 people, and all you 20 people come out and buy everything. I bought absolutely everything. So I can't get anything. Do you understand how OpenPvP works right now? It's stupid. Okay. It's just the way the game designed, sure, but as for important points like this, for important territories, it shouldn't happen. It really shouldn't. Okay? So it's like this, you know? Another thing about open world PvP, why it doesn't matter is because for the defending players, it does not matter to kill anyone, really, because you killing others does not change that the other company is sending you into conflict. You know, it doesn't decrease their influence. So basically, you kill them, sure, they can't increases your influence, but They can just respond, right? What? What does it matter? Hey, Orman. It doesn't matter in the end. Okay? So the system how the system works, right, is the territory does not have if the territory does not have war for a long time, the opposing faction can earn influence very quickly. I know it's been fixed and nerfed, but it is still the same. Okay? So even if the defending faction is trying to lower the influence by doing the PvP quests as well, it doesn't matter. It seriously doesn't matter because the defending faction just have no advantage at all. So yeah, you would say that this is good because the system wants to have like consistent war going on. So you might say that is a good thing. Yeah, so that's my question, right? That's my first uh, question about all this is why do the defending company should do anything at all? If that's the case, the defending company just let it happen, right? So uh there's no real benefits of owning more than one lands because you see, right? For example, for my company, we have two lands. We can't adjust the war windows, so if they push both territory into conflict, then we have to defend both at the same time. It's you know that it's kind of impossible, right? Because not all company are all PvP people, because you do need some backlines like crafters, getters, whatever. So I would rather you not do that, but it's fine. Okay, so it's like uh you know so if you want war all the time, why bother to have influence control, right? Because influence does nothing. This influence thing does nothing. So why not just allow people to just immediately declare war? Work it out. Then we can decide what time we want to go to war. That's it. You don't have to do influencing because it's totally meaningless. There's no point for the defending company to even defend. It's I don't know. It's just pointless. Okay. So why don't we just talk about the third point that I have is how the end game is designed. Okay, so this game, right? To learn more about how the end game actually works, let me show you a little bit on my gears. I will tell you about what is a gear score. So here's the thing. When you reach level 60, okay. So I will preface this by saying everyone have different sayings for this because the game does not communicate or convey to you what happens in the game. So everyone is guessing, but I think that after I play through the game, I think okay, what I'm trying to explain is accurate because I grinded a little bit through that and then I kind of understand how it works now. Okay, so what happens is when you reach level 60, right? Your gear score is actually the maximum gear score you get is 500. Okay, the only way to get over 500 is to go to these elite areas, which I am in front of already. Okay, so you go to these elite areas, right? That is above level 60. So this area is level 63, as you can see. So you go to this area, and then you try to open chests, fight enemies, and then they will have a random chance to, get better gears. yeah, this is New World. So you have random chance to get better gear. So it's usually only a few points higher than your current gear score for the particular part. So right now for my body armor, I am, for example, 520. I have better gears. I will explain why I'm wearing this. Actually, you know. Okay, so you might, if you are 500, you might get a chance to get 505. So for the next loot, for the next body armor that you get, you have a chance to get a little bit higher or a little bit lower than the gear score that you have. So basically, it's like RNG thing. So fun. Yeah, so it's fun, right? You have to grind this out, and hopefully, by the end of the day, you get to sufficient gear score. Because how this game works is you get to gear score, I think, 591. Okay, and you can only get higher gear score from the expeditions, basically dungeons in this game. I'm show you some of the dungeons. I believe they are in this areas. No, not this one. Okay, this is one of the expeditions, the end game ones. Okay. Not really end game, but you get the idea. Did we end game was that? Never mind. Just to show you that there's dungeons in this game. Okay, so my question is, why? Why do they do this? Why do we need to do this? Why not just make the elite areas? You know, just make them into dungeons. So you go in there, and then you fight the dungeons. You clear the dungeons, and then you just get gears. Why not just do that? You have the system ready. I have not finished it. New World, I have not. Because it's an online game, right? You can't really finish it. If you mean that I reached the end game, then no, I haven't. Because the system, how the system works is like this. Okay, so you went into this areas, there's chests, and these chests that drops gear only respawns every 23 hours. So basically, it's a daily quest. You go into these places, you clear the place out, and then you go out. That's the daily thing they have to do. And because it's random, I haven't reached the highest gear score. Like I said, 591. That is the end game. I believe I am halfway there, or something. I believe I have like 560 something. So I am close there. You know, close to 591. But because here's the thing, if these places are not dungeons, they are open area. You can just walk in, and then let me show you can just walk in, and then you kill the enemies here. I believe that I can solo these enemies, but it's kind of hard. But still, if you have imagine that you have a huge group, right? Okay. Usually you will see that at prime times, there's like 20, 50 person, 20 to 50 people. They just all rushed in, and then they just all rushing into the door, and then they get the loot, and then they go out. You know. And this game, they have all the collision. I will show you. You have all the collision with the enemy too. So you imagine that, right? 30, 50 people, they just trying to get through that particular narrow door. Everyone trying to get through, but they can't because someone is blocking the door. Because everyone's standing there trying to get contributions because they're trying to kill the enemies, right? They're trying to get loot too. So everyone is trying to do that. Okay? And a party, you can only have 5 people in a party. So it's everyone for themselves. It's just everyone for themselves. You just trying, you know, to do this. And you can actually tell, right? maybe it's too fast, but you can actually tell, right? The platform here is not huge. It's not designed to have 50 people at the same time doing the quests. Because you see, the place is not designed to do this. So, here's the thing. Why it's not designed as a dungeon? Just as a dungeon. It's it's kind of ridiculous. They think that this is a fine idea, this is a good idea, and you have to grind this as well every day. So every day on the same time, everyone's just rushing in, and then they just go out. I mean, this is how MMOs are designed, right? This is supposed to be what happens because the MMO do have to have people to keep on locking in, but this is not a good design. Just make it into a dungeon. Why? Why do we have to make it into open end? And you have to know, right? This is like one of the best area to grind for gears, the one that I'm standing in. So everyone will be coming here. Right now it's not a prime time because it's like working hours. You know, I do have to go to work later on, but you know. But yeah, it's bad. The way this is designed is kind of stupid. But anyway, here's my last point. The last bad thing. Okay, the last bad thing that I can think of, right? It's like the exploits. You know, the exploits. I'm pretty sure if you read the news on New World at all, okay, it's you know what happens. That's a lot of exploits in this game, and you know why there is exploit in this game. You know why there is like invulnerable exploits. There's gold duping exploits. You know, with gold duplications, you can basically just dump a lot of golds and you just keep on getting richer. Do you know why? Because this game's calculations, it's based on logs on client side. You hear me? Okay, you hear me, right? It's client side, not server side. So what happens is everything here calculated on my client, not on the servers. So whatever happens in my in my clients is the one that the server decides. Okay, this is it. So what happens here is if you can see a lot of videos on the internet, maybe I would drop the links too. But, it might not be wise for now, but okay. So what happens here is, okay, you can set the game in window mode. Okay, you set the game in window mode, and then you wiggle the window around when people trying to hit you. Okay, because in your window, your window is locked. Your window is freeze when you move the window, so you take no damage during that. Okay, all you need to do is just window mode the game, okay, from the menus, and then when you're about to get hit, you just move the window around like an idiot, and it works because on the client side it does not register. On the client side, because your window is freeze, no damage is registered at all. So you in this game, how the war works is you have to control 3 points, right? For example, right? This is the A point, this is B point, this is C points. You just stand there, and then you drag your window around. Then your character is permanently dead because you won't die. So all the people just stand there, and then uh, you know, all of you just stand there, and then you exploit that bug, that exploit, and then you capture the point. You can use this as to duplicate goals too, by the way. Okay, so what happens here is, I think what they do is they send you goal, right? So the bad thing about client-side calculation is that, okay, the client has to decide that you have sent the goal, and then the other party, as client, have to the other clients, they have to receive the goal. So one side reduce goal and one side increase goal, right? So the one that send out the goal, you just need, when after you send the goal, right, before the calculation ever happening, you just wiggle the window around or log out. Then you keep the goal that you're supposed to send, and then the other party will get the goal. So basically, I sent to you 500 gold. You're a 500 gold reacher, but I don't lose anything. It's mind-boggling, you know, that an online game that everything is calculated on everything on the client side. It's stupid. It's freaking stupid. So here's the thing I need to show you guys, right? This the thing that everyone's doing, so I doesn't feel bad about doing it too. It's not about the dubbing, of course. It's okay. In this game, right? I mean, in MMORPGs, the tooltips are supposed to work, right? It's supposed to just work. So look at my skills. Look at the perks of this equipment, okay? I have full set of this for a very simple reason. Okay, I'm kind of a tank. I'm a tank plus I am a bruiser most likely. Okay, so you can see that my last perk for this particular gear, it says resilient, critical hits deals 4.5% less damage to you. So people actually find out that, okay, resilient does not decreases critical hits. Not only critical hits. It reduces actually all hits. It's not just critical hits. So what happens here is the game actually stack all this up. So right now I have a lot of resistance to all damage. So the tooltips itself is wrong. And it's not supposed to happen too. Because how the perks works is that they are not additive. It's not like 4.5 plus 4.5 plus 4.5. They are multiplicative. So it means that it times a lot of times. So if you stack all this up, you get a lot of damage resistance. So that is like the broken thing right now. And then you can get this gear actually quite easy. This is just a faction gear. So you just do PvP quests, or just do normal faction quests, that you can get this gear. It's stupid. I know it's not a necromancer gear, it's like a plague doctor gear, you know. But anyway, that's one of the problems with this game. Everything is not working as intended. I have an axe before, okay? When I put down a specific gem, then my skill straight up does not work after that. You know why? Because the gem somehow broke the weapon. Okay? So my skills does no damage after that. I don't know why. It just does not deal damage. The gem doesn't supposedly deal any damage at all. It does not modify my damage. So why is it like that? I can't show you that because I established that weapon already. I changed to the weapon. Now my weapon is working as intended. You know, at least it deals damage. That's what I mean. So here's another broken thing. Another broken tooltips thing. Okay, so this thing said it increases your weapon damage by 200% for 0.03 minutes. Okay, so basically like about 10 seconds. I don't know why they designed this kind of items, but let me show you my damage first, okay? I will just use this great axe because it will be much more obvious. Let me show you my base damage. So you can see average my damage is about 600 something, 700, 800. So do I? Okay, maybe let me reset it so that you can see the damage. So about 600 to 800 damage. Okay, that's the damage I dealt. Oh, maybe they actually will go out from the kill. Cool. So I just use this stone. Have you noticed it? Have you noticed the duration on the above my HP? Let me reset that so we can see it clearly. So it still says 0.03 minutes, but the duration is 10 minutes. So the question is, does it increases your damage by 200? Let's find out. Let's find out if it really increases my damage. Okay. Like for 200%. Do you see any increase? I think the damage actually decreased. Or I think it's almost the same. Do you see anything change? I don't think I see anything. Is it critical? So, what happened? I used the item. It says 200%. The duration is wrong, but did that increase my damage? Did that increase my damage at all? No, I did not. So, what happened? The tooltips? Either the tooltips is broken, or the item does nothing. But actually it does something. I did a little bit of research. This is supposed to increase your weapon damage by a little bit of 10% for 10 minutes. So the tooltips itself is wrong. It doesn't matter. It's wrong. It's stupid. There's a lot of things that is like this in this game. It just straight up does not work. That's the frustration part. That's the frustration thing about this game. The game looks good. The game functions well.